This is TWiT.
Leila Janah is really an inspiration. She's the founder and CEO of Source. We've been talking about that. And LXMI. Actually, LXMI is not your traditional cosmetics company either, is it?
No, and it's so random. I never thought when I first went to Africa and decided I would do this for my career that I would end up selling skincare products on QVC. But, you know,
That's where you've seen her, folks, by the way. Said, she looks so familiar. Don't admit it, but you were watching QVC.
Yeah, Friday Night Beauty. I know that's probably a lot of overlap with your viewership.
No. But, you know, it's on. It's Friday night. You got nothing else to do, right?
Look, again, you know, I think the best way to fight poverty is to purchase things from low-income people.
I love this idea.
And
I love this idea.
If we want to help, you know, we now know that women and children globally suffer most from poverty. The majority of people living on less than $2 a day are women and children. And again, our model is let's give them stuff, let's help them, let's build them wells in schools. But what they need more than anything is living wage
handouts.
Jobs.
You know, this makes me feel good. And it's not that I'm cheap. It's not that I don't want to do charity. You want to do charity. It's important. But it's so much better for all involved to help them work, to give them, to act with dignity instead of here you poor little person. I just love that. So LXMI, when I buy that fine LXMI skin cream, it's made. Where is it made?
So we source our raw materials, from northern Uganda, which many Americans know because there was a documentary made about a warlord there named Joseph Kony.
Yes.
And this area has had a 20-year civil war. Most of the victims are now women, many of whom live without their partners, so they're war widows. And again, there have been so many nonprofit attempts to help this community, but I think the best way we can help is by buying things from them. And so we employ very low-income women to harvest a wild ingredient sustainably. It's called Nilotica. It's one of the best things you can put on your skin. It's totally organic. It grows wild at the source of the Nile. It's an heirloom variety of shea butter. And the idea is, you know, women in luxury markets spend so much money on these high-priced skin creams. That money is going to big companies that are not owned by women, that don't support women in the supply chain, and that produce products that are often bad for us, that have carcinogenic ingredients and artificial colorants and all sorts of other gross stuff. Why wouldn't we spend our money on luxury items that not only make us more beautiful, but make the world more beautiful?
Yeah.
And that's the idea behind LXMI. We're the first fair trade and organic brand to launch at Sephora stores nationwide. We launched last year in October.
Great.
And I sell it on QVC, and we've done a few other promotions.
I love Sephora.
LXMI.com.
LXMI.
LXMI. And that's the product. So this is a rare nut that only grows wild at the source of the Nile, and in that jar are only 50 of these nuts that have been cold pressed. It seems different from Source, but basically the idea behind both brands is this idea of giving back by giving work and empowering people as equals who are living under the poverty line. And these are images, if you're looking at the show, images of some of the women who collect these nuts for us in northern Uganda. I visit at least once or twice a year.
That's important too. You go there, you're talking to these people, so you know if it's working or if they just feel used. You know that it is changing their lives.
Absolutely. We actually do very detailed surveys. It's much more extensive at Source because we're older. We have an impact team, but if you go to source.org/impact, you can literally see we survey randomly our workers. We produce and publish all kinds of impact data. We just embarked on a randomized control trial, which is very similar to like a clinical trial that's used for testing drugs to see whether they work. We just launched that with Source, and there's now quite a lot of third-party impact evidence from auditors who've gone and looked at our model to see whether it actually works.